FM, 100.7 Eagle Country, B1043 The Point, and Hits 1069.
You know how the jingle goes, follow your dreams to Harper Camperland. They've been helping you do that for over 40 years. Yes, 1200 East 10th Street in Gray Bend, the place to be today. Scott Donovan inviting you to stop on by, get yourself registered during the Nitro Summer Giveaway from Ehlers Chevrolet, Farmers Bank and Trust, Northview Nursery and Landscape, and Doan's Outdoor Store. I tell you what, they've got a lot of 2022 models on clearance sale right now. Their factory authorized clearance sale. So stop on by, take a look. They've got so many motorhomes, travel trailers, fifth wheels, all sizes and floor plans, top brands, and also some private label models that they've never had before. So come on in and get all the details. Talk with Matt and the crew. You know, they've got a ton of accessories in here as well. So if you're getting ready for the, summer season, why not? Harper Camperland is the place to be today. 1200 East 10th Street in Gray Bend. Get in there before 5 o'clock and get yourself qualified in the Nitro Summer Giveaway. Good luck.
Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
It's definitely different. I wouldn't say too much pressure just because I'm kind of thriving right now and being in that role, like that I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm willing to embrace, that I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'll try to use that to the best of my advantage. Because when you mess up, it's a teaching moment now because it's the perfect time to mess up.
Getting in a huddle on the offensive side, to these long play calls, to the amount of work that you're going to end up getting, shorter lines. So, the magnitude of it there.
Breaking ball, bounce down the first baseline, pass Sheets, fair ball toward the right field corner. Prado's in to score. Garcia races in behind him. Massey stops at third. Jackie Bradley Jr. is 3 for 3.
Yeah, there's been a lot of tough beats. Been able to hit the ball hard as a group, and sometimes things don't work out your way. Where hopefully that we can continue to play good baseball.
Great game. Defense was incredible. Offense obviously great, and then to do that against a really good pitcher, and so it was one of the better games.
Swinging a high fly ball, deep center field. Doyle back, running out of road. There it goes! Home run, Rodolfo Castro! He set it over the wall in center, and the Pirates break through. They're leading 2-0 here in the 7th. Throws to Walker on the right side. Long 2 is on the way, and it's good from Lonnie Walker. My goodness, Walker has been the best Laker in the biggest moments here in Game 4.
And welcome to Sports Day on 5090 KVGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in. It is a Tuesday show. Steve Webster with you, along with Mike Corson, Aaron Clark, and Mike Hesher, as we will bring you sports today. Probably sprinkle in a little severe weather. We're keeping an eye on that. up in Russell County right now, and it's getting set to move into Ellsworth County. We'll continue to keep an eye on it here on the program. On the show today, we're going to be talking Barton baseball with head coach Brent Biggs. He'll be in studio previewing that best of 3 Region 6 series with Labette that begins tomorrow at Lawson Biggs Field. They will play tomorrow at 1. They'll play Thursday at 1. And if necessary, the best of 3 series would have a game 3 on Friday. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Labette comes in. They're the number 8 seed out of the East. Barton, of course, winning the Jayhawk West. We'll talk with Cole Reif about everything sports on the show today, and Mike Corson going on. Oh, wait. Okay.
On the prowl.
Okay, on the prowl today, and he'll have members of the Great Bend Panther girls swim team. So let's get to it right away. Our sounds the past 24 hours or so. Nick Jones, he's a defensive back out of Ball State, 7th-round pick for the Kansas City Chiefs, as Kansas City welcomed in their rookies this year to the rookie camp. And Nick Jones, one of those, saying if you're going to mess up, now's the time to mess up. In fact, a lot of them don't know where to line up. What do you think of Nick Jones?
I think his attitude's the exact thing you want from a rookie coming into the minicamp. He's not afraid to mess up. He's saying he's embracing the fact that he doesn't know what he's doing. He's looking forward to getting after it, getting able to learn the playbook, learn what he's doing, and just seems like he's really excited to get in there and put in some work. It's exactly what you hear from a late-round draft pick. He sounds eager to get in there.
He's going to have a chance to probably see some big reps for the Chiefs at the safety position. So.
Especially with the way defensive backs have to be rotated off the field these days to account for the offense has rotated in wide receivers. Young DB is going to have to play some if you want a quality defense. Excited to see what the young DB out of Ball State can do.
Head coach Andy Reid saying it's too early to tell what kind of impact this year's class is going to have. The group just trying to learn the basics while getting their first taste of the NFL. You just don't go out there and know how to get in line, right? How are you going to do your pregame calisthenics? What's the practice routine? How do you line up in the huddle? It's almost like going back through freshman in high school.
Exactly, and it's just obviously it seems like it'd be familiar to him. He's been playing football for who knows how long at this point, played it in college, but just the fine-tuning elements of everything that the new coaching scheme is going to want him to do. They're going to want him to change how he flips his hips, how he covers certain routes, how he covers certain receivers. It's a whole new way to learn to play the game, and should be an interesting outlook for the Chiefs rookie class.
Oh, I'd say just imagine the pressure. Yeah, you've played high school. There's some scholarships on the line. College, you're trying to keep your scholarship. This is your livelihood now. This is how you plan to make a living. Got to stay healthy. Got to do it the right way.
That's always the amazing thing for me, for coaches, because you go in there and you're trying to get, especially the first game of the year, maybe you're a new coach at a new program, and you're coming in and you've got, okay, we've got all the offense in, we've got this, and then you get out there on game day and you said, my God, we forgot how to show them how we want them to run on the field. What's the routine? Okay,
the warm-up routine.
What's the warm-up routine? What are we going to do here?
Don't underestimate that. When I'm coaching softball little girls, I say, I don't care if you hit the ball. You got to go up there and act like you know what you're doing. Stick your bat out, measure the plate. If you strike out, at least you knew what you're doing
well,
up
how
there.
Do you handle the pregame? Do you guys go, how do you warm up? Or do you just kind of just let them run out there and
awkwardly put your hands in the middle, and about 6 of the 12 will say, go team.
I feel like the classic one is everyone gets in a big circle, and your coach is like, all right, feet apart, hands down to the right, and then everyone starts counting. You're like 1, 2, 3, and then you're all stretching that way, and then you flip over to the left side. That was the most intense I ever got in my youth warm-ups.
One of those youth football games, the coach is out there, and it's snowing, and it's really cold. The wind's coming from the north. All right, we got to get these are like 3rd and 4th graders. We got to get out there, and we got to be tough, and there's like 3 kids. Oh, it's so cold. I don't want to just...
Kids
Suck it up, kid. Come on. Anyway, the Chiefs, they will congregate again for mandatory minicamp, second week of June. That's when all the vets will be in there with the young rookies. Jake Eisenberg, the call on KVGB. The Royals have won 2 in a row. First time they've won 2 in a row at Kauffman Stadium since last September. Remember, they beat the Giants earlier this year. I thought that was the first time that they'd done it. was, I think maybe there was another time, yeah. But the Royals, an 8-run sixth inning last night, turned a 4-4 game into a rout. Royals had their highest scoring game of the season and won consecutive home games for the first time since winning 4 straight. Jackie Bradley finishing 3 for 4, 2 runs scored. Happy to be part of the big night. You heard him. Jose Cuas relieving Zach Greinke with 2 out in the 6th and retired the only batter he faced and watched as Kansas City's offense handed him the victory. Zach Greinke didn't get the win. I like Zach, though, because he just sums it up.
Great game. That was, defense was incredible. Offense, obviously, great. And then to do that against a really good pitcher. And so it was just it was one of the better games.
Well, it was
Do you need to say any more?
A really good pitcher for Chicago. I will say they've been scoring way more runs. He finally got some run support. Even the games they were losing against Oakland, I believe they were scoring runs. But we need to have a quick vote here. 2 wins in a row, win streak.
So what are they on this current homestand?
That's what we need to do. We need to pull out our homestand records and see how those are doing.
Hottest team in baseball.
Right now. So, yeah, averaging 7.5 runs per game in the month of May. So we'll have it for you starting at 6 tonight on KVGB. Stacy's Pittsburgh Pirates got a win over the Red Hot Rockies last night, 2-0. Rodolfo Castro hitting a home run to center. That scored Connor Joe in the bottom of the 7th. So the Pirates knock off the Rockies. The call last night on ESPN Radio, Lonnie Walker. He's a household name. Scored all 15 of his points in the 4th quarter. And the Lakers, who went into the NBA playoffs as a play-in team, they're 1 game away from getting to the Western Conference Finals. Lakers win it 104-101 last night. Again, Walker all 15 of his points in the 4th quarter. So the Lakers will try to move to the Western Conference Finals tomorrow in Game 5.
I feel like it's a great example of what makes the Lakers so dangerous because, like you said, he's not a household name. They've got plenty of them on the team with LeBron and Anthony Davis. But what we saw in the first round and what we've seen so far from the Lakers in the playoffs, they can get scoring from anywhere on their roster, whether it's coming from Austin Reeves or Rui Hachimura or guys like Lonnie Walker or more of the household names. They can get it from anywhere, and it makes a team very hard to beat, especially when that same team can play quality defense on the other end of the court.
And they do play good defense.
One of the best in the NBA all season. It's easy when you have AD and LeBron to build around.
I'm voting for a rename. Bronny Sr. Love the Bronny.
Especially once he starts playing with his son. He should absolutely change to Bronny Sr. and Bronny Jr.
Also last night, Miami beat the Knicks 109-101. Miami leads that series 3-1. Tonight, Philadelphia, Boston. That series tied at 2-2. We'll have Game 6 of that series here Thursday night. So the Royals have an afternoon game. Phoenix at Denver tonight. That series tied at 2 games apiece. Vegas beat Edmonton last night in the NHL playoffs 5-1. Vegas leads the series 2-1. Couple games tonight. Carolina at New Jersey. Carolina leading 2-1. Dallas at Seattle. And Seattle leading 2-1. So there you go, sounds of the past 24 hours. You will be leaving here shortly to head to Hayes. And it looks like Hayes, you're still going to be able to play. So
I was going to say, we're staying positive. We're going to get some softball underway this afternoon. We're going to get some softball completed even this afternoon. We're keeping the vibes on the right side.
By the way, checking that weather right now, that tornado warning for southeast Russell County has been allowed to expire, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Lincoln County right now, and northwestern Ellsworth and Russell County, 1229, severe thunderstorm located near Lucas, 9 miles north of Wilson, moving east to southeast at 35. And they've had some large hail with this right now associated. They've kind of got a little bit egg-size hail earlier, ping-pong ball-size hail. Right now, quarter-inch hail with those storms that continue to move toward the southeast, moving in a more easterly direction now. They were headed really southeast, but now they've kind of flattened out just a little bit as far as haze goes. between Hayes and Russell, there's some storms, and also west of Russell out there, some heavy storms with hail involved in those. We'll continue to watch the weather as we go along here today. Great Bend, 8-10, taking on TMP today, 13-5.
And TMP got 2 gals were signed to play college ball in JC Van Lintel. She's actually signed to play at Barton, both softball and basketball next year. And then they have Hannah Garcia going to Dodge City. And like you said, talented TMP squad coming in at 13-5. I believe they're second in their regional behind El Saline. It's that Ellis regional in Great Bend. Sent a little further back in the regional standings, I think at 12 in the West for 5A regional standings. But Great Bend could come in and try to raise that regional ranking before that gets underway next week.
Baseball team wraps up their regular season tomorrow as they will host Manhattan, who comes in. They've lost only 1 game, so that'll be tomorrow at the Great Bend Sports Complex. Great Bend Lady Panthers soccer, they lose yesterday to Manhattan by the score of 11-0. Some other sports headlines. K-State Chris Kleiman finalizing a new contract, $44 million over the next 8 seasons. Cats want to keep their man in place. Also, Wichita State Sydney McKinney, this is pretty cool, #1 overall pick in the Athletes Unlimited softball draft. Led the nation in batting average last season, leads the nation this year, heads 14 players invited to play in Athletes Unlimited's AUX. Is that auxiliary and championship seasons this summer? The season runs June 12th through the 27th.
I've been seeing that. You see more and more of the women's professional soccer. Don't see much women's professional softball, so I wonder what the #1 draft goes for. Probably beats an office job.
I mean, if you look at I would watch that.
I like to watch the college championships.
Oh, the ratings show that too. And finally, University of Iowa says 26 athletes across 5 sports suspected of wagering on sports in violation of NCAA rules. More than 100 people have been linked to an investigation. Iowa State acknowledged about 15 of its athletes across 3 sports also suspected of violating gambling rules. Last week, Alabama firing their baseball coach, Brad Bohannon, following a report of suspicious bets he made in an Ohio casino involving his team. NCAA rules prohibit athletes, coaches, and staff from betting on amateur, collegiate, and professional sports in which the NCAA conducts championships.
I think those kids are going to class with Caitlin Clark. Hey, Caitlin, what are you going to do tonight? But on that baseball one, I think evidently nobody bets on college baseball, and here comes this guy in this weird place, put like $30K on it, and so the business of gambling came down and said, why did we just get this big
Why
bet?
did he not start his best pitcher that night when he was scheduled to pitch and he was a late scratch?
A few suspicious things.
Yeah, a few suspicious things going with that. So, that's just the lights here normally going out. So, anyway, you're off to Hayes, and Mike Corson, you've got swimming coming in just a little bit.
Yep, big whack meet this week.
Okay, Brent Biggs, Cole Reif, all coming up here on Sports Day on KVGB.
If you're not filling with Cenex Premium Diesel, then you're not giving your fuel system the premium treatment. Cenex Roadmaster XL comes with a more complete additive package for a more complete burn, while restoring your power by up to 4.5% and your fuel economy by up to 5%. Typical number 2 diesel? I guess it covers the basics. Cenex Premium Diesel. Diesel that doesn't mess around.
Contact American Plains Co-op in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor today.
Barton Community College enrollment days are back. Registration is now available for all sessions through July 26th. Make the enrollment process fun, fast, and simple. Reserve your spot to get everything set up for the fall semester in just one day. Visit with an academic and financial advisor, enroll in classes, take a tour of campus, and more. Visit enroll.bartoncccc.edu to sign up.
This is Steve Nealon with Farmers Bank and Trust. If you're in the market for small business or ag loans, we have a lending team with the experience you need. Our loan decisions are made right here in Central Kansas. We know our market and our customers. Take a look at our competitive rates and terms on equipment purchases or refinance your farm or business. We specialize in listening to our clients and providing personalized service. Come in and talk to us today. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC, a strong financial institution with offices in Great Bend, Albert, La Crosse, Bazine, Kinsley, and Larned.
And good afternoon, Steve Webster in the Eagle Media Center giving you an update on those storms in Russell County and Ellsworth and Lincoln counties right now. The tornado warning that had been in effect for eastern Russell County has been allowed to expire, but a thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 1:30 for Lincoln, northwestern Ellsworth, and Russell counties at 12:49. Severe thunderstorms located along a line extending from near Lincoln to 5 miles southwest of Sylvan Grove to Gorham, moving east at 35. 70-mile-an-hour wind and ping-pong ball-sized hail have been associated with this storm. Some locations impacted include Russell, Wilson, Lincoln, Lucas, Gorham, Sylvan Grove, Luray, Dorrance, Beverly, Barnard, Millburger, Bunker Hill, Paradise, Waldo, Ash Grove, Russell Airport, Wilson State Park, and Wilson Lake. So that thunderstorm remains in effect right now for Russell County and Lincoln County right now. We'll continue to keep an eye on it here in the Eagle Media Center. Our report's brought to you by H&B Communications of Holyrood, committed to connection here on KVGB 100.7 Eagle Country, B1043 The Point, and Hits 106.9.
For a limited time, take advantage of savings on select new Case IH compact tractors with no money down, no interest for 60 months. With easy operation, Case IH tractors deliver the flexibility and durability your operation demands. Hurry in. Offer ends June 30th, 2023. Stop by Can Equip today in Great Bend and set yourself up for greater productivity in 2023 with a great deal on a Case IH tractor that works as hard as you do.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back. Sports Day here on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Trying to work sports and weather all together here today on the program. Barton Community College baseball coach Brent Biggs joining us. And, hey, farmers, let's face it, Brent, they love you, man. When postseason baseball comes around, that's when the showers come in. We'll just have to see what happens tomorrow. You get the Region 6 tournament underway, and you welcome in Labette. So, by the way, congratulations on your Jayhawk West Championship, second one in a row. It's been a good year for you, Brent.
Yeah, we've had a really good year and need to continue that into the playoffs. And, you know, makes it a little easier with the turf when we can kind of sit back and we don't have to worry about the rain.
Yep.
Used to take the tarp on, put the tarp off, put it on, you know, and it was a nightmare. But we can kind of relax a little bit. So we'll take a little bit of rain.
Do you miss the gardening skills that, used to be, baseball players always were great about raking, stuff like that, but a whole generation now is missing that. But
I know, it's a sense of pride, and these guys don't have any idea. You know, we're at Garden City on Saturday, and it's like, hey, guys, look at what we're missing out on. And they're like, yeah, whatever, coach. We wouldn't have came here if you had natural. But turf makes it a lot easier. But there is something special about a nicely manicured field for sure.
Garden's had their field out there for a long time, so they still haven't gone turf out there then.
No, it's been talked about for a while, and it was very nice the last 10 years, and coaching change, and it's just one of those things that needs to be back in the discussion. That's for sure.
Okay, you win the title and you take care of it at home on Wednesday. There was a Barton Foundation meeting I was at, and I was going in for the meeting, and there was a lot of hooping and hollering going down there. That may have been when you clinched it, but that had to be fun and be able to do it at home.
It is, especially early. As a coaching thing, please do it in the first game, so then we don't, we're 4 games out, and so I'm glad we took care of business, and it was nice to get the first one out of the way and get it wrapped up, and then we could get some guys some work and some reps and not really have to worry about too much. And we got some guys in there that hadn't played in a while that are going to have to do it in the postseason. So it was nice to kind of move our way into the postseason, the last series of the regular season.
A lot of times you go through it. I mean, it's such a long conference race but you jumped out early and really just held off all challengers. It seemed like everybody come up, okay, got that lead, and then it was the second place team. It was Dodge coming in. You take 3 or 4, and then the next team stepped up. It was Butler, and you take 3 or 4. So every challenger, you just fended off and went about your business.
Yeah, I mean, we led it from start to finish, and I actually had a coach text me. This was last year because we did the same thing, and, guy that had been very successful in the league, and he said that's the hardest thing to do is to be picked first, to lead it from start to finish because you're always, you always have the target on your back. And so that's a cool thing. We stepped up to the challenge every week and won every series except for one and split the one. And so we weren't really happy about it, but played really well and consistent. And that's definitely the key through this thing.
It's kind of like the way all sports are. The hardest ones to win is the regular season. I mean, you're going through a whole year, and then you get it, and you sell, and you don't get time to really cherish it because, postseason play begins now. So
Yep. So we start, like I said, we started preparing pretty much before we won it, and because we had the tie going into the last weekend, we felt good about it, and you start preparing for the playoffs, and haven't really had any time to enjoy it, but I guess that's a good thing.
What do you like about this team?
I guess just the consistency. We haven't had many bad days, and you're going to have bad games, but you can't have bad days and be a really good team. And we had one bad day this year, and you'll take that when you're playing 56 games. And the consistency, the work ethic. We practice at 1:00, and we've kind of set the culture and the tone. And it's one of those things where if I'm gone or if I'm late and no one's really watching everything we do, you wouldn't even be able to know that there wasn't anyone out there running practice. And I think that's the special thing with a good group of leaders and players is they know the expectations. They're going to toe the line a little bit, but they're going to get their work in as well. And I think that's what's special about this group.
Okay, best of 3 to start it. 1:00 game tomorrow, Thursday, and if necessary, there would be one on Friday. 9-inning format, and I guess you said that it used to be that you'd have possibly 2 games on that first day, but that's a lot of innings to play for baseball.
Yeah, two games that first day, and it was a long day of baseball, and if you got beat the first one, there was no recollecting your thoughts or anything. It was roll right into it. And so now you play 1 game a day, you win, you lose, you can kind of regroup and, get things back on track. And it's more of a real baseball atmosphere, a real baseball game when it's 1 game a day and you can really take it day by day.
How's your pitching set up?
It's set up pretty good. I'm not going to lie, we're pretty banged up on the mound. One of our main relievers is probably going to be out this weekend, and then our Game 2 starter was out last weekend, but I think he'll be back. So we got to get healthy. We have it set up. We're going to move some things around, and if we have the guys to do it, they just got to pitch well and fill the void that 1 or 2 guys are leaving.
Okay, you feel that different vibe around your team now? You're getting ready to start this journey you hope ends up out west?
Yeah, I mean, for the last couple of weeks, you could tell the fatigue sets in, and it's okay, another day of practice, and we're going to do this again, and there's a little renewed excitement, I guess, the last couple of days, and playing at home is obviously special too, but just a different feel. Different atmosphere, and it's a fun feel. So hopefully it's not a nervous or any of that, but it's just been a bouncing around a little bit more the last couple days.
Tell me about Labette. What do you think about the team coming in here tomorrow?
They're really offensive. So they have 3, maybe 4 guys that were all conference last year that are back. So they're going to swing and they're going to be aggressive. On the mound, they got 1 guy with some really, really good numbers, and then they have a couple left-handers, and we have a bunch of left-handed hitters. So it's an interesting matchup. They played really well early, and then they hit a rough stretch there at the end, and, it kind of resets. But, the wind will be blowing out. It'll be warm, and they're an offensive team. So it'll be an interesting matchup.
Your thoughts on the East this year?
Really top-heavy. Johnson County's really, really good. Cali's always good. They're kind of the staple of the league, and we went and played KCK, and they snuck into 4th place, and just a really well-coached team. And I just think they're kind of similar to the West in terms of there's really, you take one team out of there, and there's really no bad teams. Everyone's pretty consistent and really well-coached, and, every day you got to be ready to play, and there's no gimmies in our league for sure.
Well, the standard that you set a few years ago, so that, that's what the goal is, I guess, Brent Biggs, I mean, your feelings here before you start this journey.
I just, we have a team to make a run, and you got to get a little lucky, and your backs are going to be against the wall, and how you going to respond, and you never quite know till you get in that moment. And so hopefully this team's ready. Talent-wise, we have enough talent to make a run. We've been through everything. We've won games. We've kind of been tested. So, it's all right there for us. We just got to get some breaks along the way.
Brent Biggs, head coach of the Barton Cougars, joining us here on Sports Day. Cole Reif's scheduled to come in here next. The way he throws darts and bags and stuff like that, I would have thought he would have been a tremendous left-handed pitcher. What went wrong, Brent?
I'm not sure. I don't remember Cole ever playing. So he might have some eligibility left. We might need to get him. A tryout.
Well, Trevor's probably going to start a dart team out there before too long.
He likes adding sports, that's for sure.
Brent, thanks a bunch, and good luck this week. And hopefully we'll have you right back in here next week and talking about what's going to happen in Wichita, okay?
Thank you.
Brent Biggs joining us here on Sports Day.
When you need to get rid of the pain, you want the best. You need to see Dr. Dan Quillen at Catalyst Therapy and Sports Rehab. Dr. Dan is Barton County's only board-certified clinical specialist in orthopedic physical therapy. No matter your age, when it hurts, he will help. Call Dan at 620-282-4825. That's 282-4825. Excellence-driven, unrivaled results. Catalyst Therapy and Sports Rehab. Inside the Fieldhouse at 9th and Madison in Great Bend.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Reif, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Central Kansas Catbackers, this is Wyatt Thompson. The Cats will be in Great Bend Wednesday, May 17th from 11:30 a.m. to 1 at the Fieldhouse at 2817 9th Street. Join National Coach of the Year Jerome Tang, football's Colin Klein, Alumni Association President Amy Button-Renz, student athletes, the K-State cheer team, and Willie the Wildcat. This free event is open to all K-State fans. For information, call Cody at 785-691-6933. See you May 17th at the Fieldhouse in Great Bend. Go Cats!
Summer is just around the corner and things are starting to heat up. If you haven't already, it's time to make sure your air conditioning system can handle the heat this summer. The pros at Comfort Pro are your local AC experts. Whether you need a tune-up, repair, or new system, they have you covered. Comfort Pro can service any make or model. So when the heat is on and your AC is acting up, give the pros at Comfort Pro a call. Comfort Pro, the area's largest Bryant dealer. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Your problem is no problem for Comfort Pro.
He's the voice of Hoisington High School football, the Barton County Cougars, and the king of the tweeter machine. It's Cole Reif on Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Cole Reif joins us now as we update you on the severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect until 1:30 now for Lincoln, Northwestern, Ellsworth, and Russell counties. 1249, severe thunderstorms located near a line extending from Lincoln to 5 miles southwest of Sylvan Grove. There was a tornado warning in eastern Russell County last hour, but that has been allowed to expire. So still a lot of heavy rain and hail right around the Russell area right now, extending north and also back to the southwest a little bit. So Cole Reif joining us right now. It's fun to have Brent Biggs in here, and I did ask him. I mean, I thought you would have been a crafty left-hander. Because
I think you have to be athletic. I think it's like the first thing you have to be athletic to be good at some of those sports. So that's why I went to more recreational sports like darts and bags. So, it wouldn't have gone well. I tried baseball when I was younger. It's just, like I said, I think the athleticism thing caught up to me about after elementary school. So, I wasn't very good. They always stuck me out in right field, like in rec leagues and playing in junior high. So, I was always in right field. And I was always probably hitting like 7 or 8 in the lineup. So, no, but Biggs was, you talk about.
That's what I was going to ask you. So what
Biggs was amazing.
Like back
he was
in
good.
grade school?
Man,
okay.
He was so good because I remember in grade school when they would split you up for teams and PE. If you weren't, we were in the same class, you knew if you weren't on Biggs's team,
you're probably going to lose. Like that, like he was just head and shoulders above everybody, and he was like, you know, and it was that point where like we were all the same height at that point, so there wasn't any advantage. Like, okay, I can shoot over him, or I can, you know, post him up or anything like that. So like, he was just so good at everything. Like it was like, you know, if we were playing basketball, if we were playing football, you know, even if we were playing soccer, if we were playing steal the bacon, like it didn't matter. You guys know what steal the bacon is?
No, that's okay.
Steal the bacon is like, you know, you have like all the things lined up on like a football field, like in the end zone. You have I think they were like batons, like 10 batons, and you would split up into teams. And your goal was to run to the other side, the other team's side, grab one of the batons, and return safely back to your side without being tagged. So you had to go steal the bacon, the baton, and then run it back to your side and put it in your like end zone or wherever it was. So. Anyway, he was really good. So like I said, if you split up into teams and you weren't on Brent's team, like you're like, man, this is going to be an uphill battle. So that's how good he was.
That was steal the bacon, end zone to end zone.
Yeah, when I say end zone, it wasn't like we had an artificial turf at St. Patrick's School, but you know, it was the sticker filled. You know.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Yeah, what we called our stadium out there, just behind the Parish Center. Yeah.
Okay, steal the bacon. So
yeah, good game.
Did he like operate? Did he like run things too?
Yeah, he was good.
So you can see him moving right into the coaching thing.
Oh, easy. I mean, then in high school, I mean, he specialized more in baseball, but you know, he was talented enough to do any sport. But yeah, obviously he really excelled at baseball, and then continued out on Barton and played at Fort Hays, and you know, played a number of summer leagues. So yeah, you just always tell like he was different in those sports.
So what are you doing right now? Are you already doing scouting for Hoiston softball, or?
Yeah, I was texting Tim Boxberg throughout this morning looking for stats, so got a hold of that for softball, depending on their date. So, I mean, they play 15, 16, so it'll be, a couple weeks now, a week and a half. But, you know, baseball is at the same time, so we'll try to figure out the schedule of that. But, yeah, trying to look at where they're going to sit. And both, you know, and Heschel and I were talking that, you know, both baseball and softball teams are sitting pretty good for Hoisington. And you look at that baseball 3A regional, Hoisington, 1, will get to host. And then 2, they're going in as a 2 seed as of now with their doubleheader with Larned to finish out tonight. But the team right above them, I think Heston has a game or so lead. They took 1 of 2 against Heston. So, I mean, it's not a Hoisington baseball team. I think it's going to have 4 or 5 teams that are going to have a legitimate chance, but Hoisington's going to be in that mix. You could say Hoisington baseball could make it to Manhattan to get to state baseball.
Well, you're also the voice of Larned if Larned advances, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you followed the American Legion team to Wisconsin a few years ago. So.
Yeah, but I won't be here the state tournament week.
Okay.
So I can take a team to the state, but someone else is going to have to finish off that journey this year. So
Hesh is doing a scouting report tonight, right? Hesh,
Ooh.
I don't know. You kind of made me mad a little while ago. I may not do it. I'm kind of debating.
Scouting report on who?
I'm going to Larned to watch. I'm going to Larned for various personal family reasons, and I thought I would stop by and watch Larned at Hoisington because they play in Larned tonight.
Both softball and baseball are in Larned.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to have a fight on the air with you.
You know, it's just the odd couple.
You guys work well together.
Just
though,
odd couple.
Big things get accomplished here.
Odd couple of things. All right, so yeah, I could just see you'd be like a Steve Carlton guy. You know, you got that big left-handed delivery. I mean, your darts and bags, man, are, even though you haven't won the Hunger Games for a while, but that's
hasn't resumed since like 2018.
Cool, appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, all right, Cole Ripe joining us here for the show. Mike Corson has a room full of swimmers that he's going to bring in here in just a moment. Sports Day rolling on here on KVGB.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
At Next Tech Wireless, we know how important it is to stay connected. You can keep the whole family connected without breaking the bank. Now you can get up to 1, 2, 3, 4 lines for $100. And that's not all. Bring your number to us and get a $100 Visa gift card. Only at Next Tech Wireless, home on the range.
Attention Kansas high schoolers. Barton Community College wants to help you get ahead in your education and save money with new early college online savings. Starting March 20th, pay only $75 per credit hour on any Barton online course. That's a savings of up to $80. All online classes are eligible, including career technical and general education. Learn more at bartonccc.edu/earlycollege.
And good afternoon from the Eagle Media Center. Steve Webster with you this afternoon. Going to give you an update on the weather up in the Russell area and moving into Lincoln County. And a severe thunderstorm warning does remain in effect until 1:30 for Lincoln, northwestern Ellsworth, and Russell counties. 1249 severe thunderstorms located along a line extending from near Lincoln to 5 miles southeast of Sylvan Grove to Gorham, moving east at 35. 70-mile-an-hour winds, ping-pong ball-size hail associated with these storms. Location, and Russell right now is really getting, had some heavy rain. It's kind of moved on to the east, but if you're traveling on Interstate 70 just to the west of Russell and between the Dorrance-Russell area, you're seeing heavy rain right now and some 2-inch hail. So be aware of that and take it easy if you're on Interstate 70 right now. We'll continue to keep you up to date all day long here and all night if necessary. Our report's brought to you by H&B Communications of Holyrood, committed to connection here on 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM, 100.7 Eagle Country, B1043 The Point, and Hits 106.9.
If you need physical therapy, consider Advanced Therapy in Great Bend and Progressive Therapy in Larned and Hayes.
We had a lady that was having some severe back and hip pain, and we worked with her for about 6 to 7 weeks, and we were able to actually restore greater than 80% of her mobility, and we were able to keep her from actually needing that surgery for about 4 years.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
Hi, hon. Want to tag along to the grocery store with me?
Sure, but I just filled up the car with gas, and with those prices, we gotta be careful with groceries.
It's crazy. All the basic staples have gotten so expensive. But good news. Tina told me about this great app called Upside that pays you back big time just for using it. She said with the Upside app, she earned serious cash back on groceries and gas.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that we can actually get paid back real cash when we use the Upside app to buy gas and groceries?
Yep. Tina said they made around $200 already.
Whoa. Finally, something that pays us back money instead of costing us more. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas and groceries. Cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ESPN3 to save an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Remember, use code ESPN3 to save an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Venture Corporation is a homegrown company with almost 50 years of experience in asphalt, paving, and construction, and they need equipment operators, mechanics, and CDL drivers. Venture offers many benefits, including 401k and Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. Call Leslie for all the details. Work for a family-owned and family-oriented company that is here today and will be here in the future. Venture Corporation, South Highway 281, Great Bend, is an equal opportunity employer.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB.
A second decade. It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar
I'm Shelby
Athletic
Varner with
Department.
the K-State Radio Network.
Welcome back to Sports Day 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Mike Corson joined today by a host of Great Bend Lady Panthers swimmers. Let's try to get down the list here. We got Sydney Gilkison, Katie Murmis, Ava Gregg, Ava Holden, Darcy Feist, Braylee Karp, Addie Irwin, and Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park? All right, we'll get started here. Big WAC meet coming up Thursday in Hayes. So kind of give me the history here, why this meet is so important to you guys.
We have to win.
So Great Bend had won, what, 17 in a row?
We won for 17 years, and then we lost it 2 years ago to Garden. And then we won it back last year, and we have to keep our streak going.
What are the expectations going into a meet like that? Is it extra competitive? Guys
Yes.
practice extra hard?
No, we go easy. Usually before WAC, we taper. That way we're prepared for the meet and can have a lot of time cuts.
Tell me about what Garden City brings. They have a little... So, because it's Garden City, I'm guessing they have a garden gnome.
Yes, they have a garden gnome, and they throw it in the pool and they win, so we want to beat them.
We have no seniors in this group today. No. So we have 8 seniors on the Lady Panthers this year. 7 could be seniors next year. Talk about the passing of the torch there. What does that mean to be a senior next year?
Give it to me, okay. Wait, take it back. I forgot.
I think it just means showing up and being there to be leaders for the team, coming to Saturday practices, and definitely working in the off season also, like being part of club swim, doing those types of things. That way we're prepared when the season comes around.
And we also have a freshman in here, Braylee Karp. You're close to some consideration times this year. What's it like coming into a varsity program for the first time?
It's very nerve-wracking, but I couldn't have done without my teammates and my coaches.
Textbook already going to the teammates. And we have a couple distance kids in here. A lot of the times that we've had the short distance kids in here, what type of prep work goes into swimming a 500?
Ooh, me and Braylee have to do, well, we do a lot of the same thing as like the sprinters, but we definitely have to do a lot of stretching. A lot of stretching. It's really hard on our shoulders. I have definitely experienced some of those issues.
And speaking of, you have some marks on your back today. I heard the girls talking about, are you sore? What did you have done?
I had cupping done, and then I had some work on my shoulders because they have a lot of knots in them.
What is cupping? I've seen the red marks. This is the red marks you see maybe on Michael Phelps if you watch the Olympics. They're covered in them.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Well, I don't know much about it, but they are little like suction cups, and they push like all of the air out, and it suctions your skin up into these little balls. And I don't know, they just sit there for like 10 minutes, and then they finally come off.
It's supposed to relax your muscles?
Yeah, it's supposed to bring like the blood, the blood to the middle of your back instead of everywhere else. I don't know if I explained that right.
Who was so on a big race like where the 500, how many turns is that?
19.
19 turns. How do you possibly keep track of that when you're underwater?
I do not. I lose count after 100, but I have my awesomest counter ever who counts every single one of them. I'll let her talk about it.
So this is Ava Gregg. Tell me about some of the signals or what are you showing underwater to let her know what's going on above water.
Well, there's a counter, and we just count up to 17 and then red, and that lets them know that they're on their last 50. And then we just move the board up and down like really fast, tell them if they need to go faster, or we just hold it still if they're doing good where they're at.
And Braylee, you've swam in these races. Just because they're moving the board up and down fast, does that mean you're going to go any faster, or do you think you're already going fast?
It kind of helps my mindset, but...
The rest of you girls... So you've got several girls who are going to state this year. Anybody hopeful that this last meet's going to be the crossing point for yourself? One more meet to try to get that consideration or qualification time?
I'm hoping at Hayes to maybe get a time cut on my 100 breaststroke, but we'll just see how it goes.
And in terms of team points, I think especially the distance kids are expected to win. How important is every race, every position when you're going up against a 6A school like Garden City or even a Hayes?
Every race matters. Even if you're like an exhibition swimmer, you can still help the team. And even like our C relays matter too, because for some reason if one of our other relays DQs, it's important to have those backups. That way we can still score points.
We've got Sydney Gilkison in studio, Katie Murmis, Ava Gregg, Ava Holden, Darcy Feist, Braylee Karp, Addie Irwin and Lakin Park, members of the Lady Panthers swim team. We'll go back to practice because this one's kind of interesting. Nobody wants to waste time in practice, so you guys dropped a bombshell in the green room.
We do, in fact, pee in the pool all the time.
There are two types of people, the people that pee in the pool and the people that lie.
And so this was mind-blowing to me because it's not one of you out there and you're not hiding in the corner in shame,
No.
being still for a couple minutes.
We are in the corner sometimes. That's just where it's more comfortable.
I pee right next to my coach at practice, actually.
How long does it take to get over something like, there's a stigma growing up that you're not going to do it. I mean, they put it in the movies, there's dye in the pool.
No, in summer swim, we pee in the pool since we're like 6 years old.
I've done it since I was like 2.
And so it sounds different and it's shocking, and I've heard NFL linemen do the same thing because there's so much stuff going on. What is the practicals? Why would you ever do that?
Well, like, it's just kind of like takes a lot of time to like take your suit off and stuff. I just feel like it's easier.
And getting out and going downstairs is very cold.
Yeah, you're freezing.
And are we assuming the other teams are doing this also?
Everybody does it. They just lie.
If you're getting out of the pool to go to the bathroom, that means that you are skipping practice and you are not trying hard enough. You need to pee in the pool. That is going to make you great.
Couple more here. So just a nice senior class and even some younger. Josephine, she's a sophomore, Josephine Mazouk.
Yes.
Some of you younger kids, we've talked to the juniors about coming in, so maybe you won't be the leaders next year as seniors, but what is your role going to be as sophomores and juniors next year?
I'm not really sure who's all coming, for seniors, but as juniors and seniors, you're kind of like the upperclassmen, so you definitely like play a role in like supporting the younger people.
Yeah, just like the new freshmen coming in, just helping, like, you know, especially if they're brand new to swim, like I was. You want to get them comfortable and, like, you know, let them know it's okay if the workouts are going to be hard, like they're going to die. So.
And Addie, you're a brand new swimmer this year. What's it like to step into the varsity world? We've had Emily Hall, and she's a multi-sport athlete, says swimming is its own different animal. What's it like stepping into varsity swim the first time?
Well, I started new my freshman year, so last year, but it's definitely really hard. It's a very humbling sport, so.
Back on Sports Day with Mike Corson, joined by Lady Panthers Greg, Ava Holden, Darcy Feist, Brindley Karp, Addie Irwin, and Lakin Park. Mouthful. Don't swim in the lightning, girls.
will try not to.
Been very enlightening today. Good luck at WAC. Beat the Buffaloes. Get some of those state consideration times.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Good luck. More sports day after this.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are at the very heart of our mission. That's why this Military Appreciation Month, we thought you might want to hear a special thank you message from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Will, who's currently serving as a major in the Army. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Hi, I'm wishing my pops, retired Colonel Stephen Sheehan of the United States Marine Corps, a happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Commitment connects us. Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Welcome back to the Eagle Media Center. Quick update for this afternoon and going to give you an update right now on the thunderstorm warning that has been remains in effect until 1:30 today for Lincoln, northwestern Ellsworth, and Russell counties at 12:49. Still watching that line of thunderstorms that's moved into northern Barton County right now. And that is part of a severe thunderstorm warning as well. And so if you're in the Susank area, north of Susank, you're going to get some heavy rain in a little bit, some hail associated with this, and extends up northeast toward the Wilson area and still affecting Interstate 70 between Wilson and Dorrance. So if you're in that area, be ready for some heavy rain, high winds, 70 mile an hour associated with this storm, and it continues to move to the southeast toward Ellsworth and the Holyrood area. And also, if it could change directions a little bit, the Claflin area could be impacted by this as well. Some smaller storms starting to develop out west of the Shinshin area. We'll keep an eye on these as well, as we're getting some severe weather here on a Tuesday in the Golden Belt. Well, that was an interesting show today. Thanks for joining us for Sports Day and severe weather. And I think we're back on, okay. We had Sports Day on all 4 radio stations for a little bit there.
We're growing.
Yeah, keep an eye out on the weather. Of course, we'll continue to follow those storms that have, like I said, moved just north of Susank, southwest of Wilson. Some heavy rain and some large hail associated with those storms. You ever done an interview with 8 people at the same time before, Mikey?
Just did.
Yes, okay. Fair enough. We'll be back tomorrow, Sports Day on KVG.